How did you hear about us?
Through friend Vimala Bundada, who is part of this.
Very nice. So, namaste everyone. As usual, we'll begin with 3 ohms. So, let's take a deep breath in. When you attend this session, you do so with the understanding you're responsible for your own well-being. Life in Yoga and our volunteers like me and others, we don't take responsibility for the outcome of your participation here. So please exercise caution in whatever you do. The recommendation of yoga is everything should be done with mild effort, such mild effort whereby you can have meditative focus in what you're doing. A good way in which we suggest is that you keep your awareness within and watch your breath and always make sure it is slow and smooth. In yoga, there can be no strain whatsoever. So please do not strain yourself in anything you're doing and do it just within your capacity with ease. So with that as the disclaimer, we begin with the chakra vibrations. Bring your awareness to the perineum, and as you squeeze at the perineum, pressing on the little finger, we begin with Lam. Take a deep breath in. Lam. Release the finger and continue. Lam. Lam. Bring your awareness behind the pubic area, an inch above the perineum. As we draw in there, we press on the ring finger and do VUM. Take a deep breath. VUM. Release the fingers. Continue. Bring your awareness behind the navel. As we draw in at the navel, we do rum, pressing on the middle finger with the thumb. Release the fingers. Continue. Now, Bring the awareness to the middle of the chest, in between the breasts, and here we do yum, pressing on the index finger with the thumb. Yum. 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 Release the fingers, continue. Yum. Bring the awareness to the throat, and here we do hum, thumbs up, loose fist. Hum. Hum. Release the fingers, continue. Hum. Bring the awareness to the middle of the head, and the middle of the head is at the place where, right behind the bridge of the nose, but if you take your fingers at the edge of the eyes and slide it till it hits the ear, where the two fingers point, that is where is the middle of the head, right in the middle. So focusing there, we do chum, and we keep the thumbs up as we do that. Chum. 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 Last time. One more time. Now, bring the awareness to the top of the middle of the head, and we do Om there. Thumbs up, loose wrist. Release the hand. Continue. Last time. Now we go on to the Ujjayi Pranayam. Though for those of you who know it, please begin. And if the wrist and palms are tight, you can stretch out the hands and lift up the palm and spread out the fingers, the palm being perpendicular to the forearm, and you feel the stretch in the wrist and the palms. And continue the Ujjayi. Those of you who are new to Ujjayi and want more instructions, the purpose of Ujjayi is to feel a stretch in the lowermost part of the mouth, the vocal cords and specifically. And as you inhale, if you stretch it, the vocal cords a little bit, you will have restrained inhalation and exhalation. So you will feel like a sucking sensation when you inhale and a reverse sensation when you exhale. If you are unable to feel the stretch there, that sucking like a straw, then in which case what you can do is make a big smile with the cheeks coming out as you focus in the lowermost part of the mouth. As the cheeks come out, you'll find a slight stretch forming in the bottommost part of the mouth. That is, it will make the vocal cord stretch a little bit. Little bit is enough. And you take slow, long, deep breaths. So I will demonstrate for you how slow it can be. Those of you who are new, you may want to keep your camera on. That way I can tell you if you're doing it right or not. Soumya Vijayaraghavan, it will help to have a little more sucking sensation. But again, not to strain too much. As you continue this Ujjayi breath, we go on to shoulder rotations. Inhale, lifting up the shoulders. Exhale, rotate it back and bring it down. And continue. Soumya, it has to be slower. Slow. Inhale and exhale. Last shoulder rotation. We continue the Ujjayi with hands at the chest. And as we inhale, we will look up and stretch up the hands. And as we exhale in Ujjayi, we bring the hands around and slowly bring it down. And so continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Make a fist into the and bend at the wrist and bring it into the chest, chin down. And we continue the Ujjayi. Inhale, open out the palms. Make the palms perpendicular to the forearm as you inhale and stretch out and look up. And exhale, again make the fist, bend at the wrist, chin down, and bring the fist right into the chest. So continue in Ujjayi. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now, bring the elbows in line with the shoulders and keep the fist below the chin. And as you inhale, go around the wrist, open out the palms, and as you exhale, make the fist again and bring it in and continue. Last exhalation. Now let's go reverse. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now we go on to the neck exercises. As you exhale, gently tilt your head, bringing one ear towards one shoulder. Inhale, come back. Exhale, tilt towards the other shoulder. Inhale, come back. And continue. Last exhalation, inhale, come back up. Now we will do the 360 degrees of the neck. Exhale, bring the chin down to the chest. Inhale, half a circle, go around the neck. And exhale, complete the circle and continue. Inhale and exhale and complete each circle. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Let's go reverse. Last exhalation. Now we can go on to our spinal twist. When we do the spinal twist, for those of you who want to be careful that you don't overstretch, you can bring your hands to your hips, actually not the hips, the lowermost part of the spine behind you, and hold it there. But those of you who are not concerned about it, you can swing with your hands, or if you have an armchair, you can hold it and twist. So we twist to the right, left, and back with the sound ah. The sound being done along with this makes a bigger impact. So, and then when we bring the chin down, we do the humming sound like ma. So let's begin with the first round, twisting to the right. Take a deep breath in. To the left. To the back. Chin to the chest. Second round to the right. To the left. To the back. Chin to the chest. Third round to the right. To the left. To the back. Chin to the chest. Fourth and last round, we will do twice in each direction. So let's take a deep breath in, and as you exhale to the right, second time, to the left. To the back. Chin to the chest. Now we cross one leg over the opposite thigh and get hold of the knee on the top. And as we exhale, we will squeeze at the perineum and do the sound lum as we pull the knee towards the opposite shoulder as we turn the head the other way. We will do this 3 to 4 times. Take a deep breath in. Continue. We will do one last time. Now we can cross over the other leg and we'll do the same thing. Mirror image, other side. Take a deep breath in. Continue. One last time. Now we bring our awareness to the top of the middle of the head. And we do Om or Ah, whichever makes you feel better, 3 times. So take a deep breath in. Now we are ready to stand up. So those of you who don't have good balance, you can stay seated, and the rest of us can be standing up. And when you stand up, keep your feet shoulder width apart or slightly wider so that you can keep good balance. Now, bring your hands behind the back. Actually, no, get hold of your hips behind the back. So as you inhale, push on your hips and make a backward arch, pulling your shoulder back and lifting up your head, lifting up your chin. Inhale and exhale into the stretch you feel along the spine, from the tailbone and even perhaps the impact on the thighs and legs, all the way to the back of the head. Now with the next breath, shift the weight to the left leg and make the backward arch slightly tilted to the left. Now shift the weight to the right leg with the next breath and make the backward arch slightly tilted to the right. Take another deep breath in and make the balance equal on both the legs and make the backward arch even more. Take another deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly come up. Now get hold of your elbows behind the back, or if you cannot reach them, hold your forearms wherever it will reach. And take a deep breath in and lift up your chin and pull back the shoulders. And as you exhale, bend at the hips and lean forward. With each exhalation, come down a little bit lower and lower, but keep the chin up. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, release your hands and bring it towards the floor. Don't bend your knees. If the hands don't touch the floor, get hold of your ankles or wherever you can hold your legs. Now, with each exhalation, we will twist to the left and come back and then to the right. So each way we will go, we'll be swinging to left and right. So if you're holding your legs, when you swing left, keep your left hand holding your leg and swing the right hand over. And when you're swinging to the right, you hold the right leg and swing the left hand over. If your hands are able to reach the floor, then in which case you have the balance. You can take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, you can move the entire hands to the left side. Inhale, come back. Exhale, twist to the right side, and continue. Last exhalation, inhale, come back to the middle. Now, get hold of your ankles, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly drop your head down and pull yourself down, and you try to bring your head in between your knees. We'll be here for a few breaths. With each exhalation, try to draw yourself a little closer. Slowly inhale and come up. Now, for those of you who are standing, get hold of your hips. And those of you who are sitting, if you can stand up and hold something like a chair for support, then in which case you can join the rest. So, inhale, come forward. Exhale, go backward as you rotate around the hips. Feel the weight shift from one leg to the other leg. Last exhalation, let's go reverse. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now we can take our seat and we can do the alternate nostril breathing. For people who are new, you can begin exhalation from the left nostril and visualize as you inhale, the awareness of the inhalation crossing from the left side to below the right eye and curving in, and when you complete the inhalation, lodging on the hairline in the top of the forehead. And as you exhale, after the inhaling through the left nostril, you exhale through the right. When you exhale through the right, visualize the exhalation coming from the hairline in the top of the forehead and going out of the right nostril in an arc that is coming through the left side and going out of the right. Then you inhale from the right nostril and then exhale to the left, the same motion. The visualization is important along with the breath itself. But first focus on the breath and then worry about the visualization. Once you complete the last cycle, exhaling through the left nostril, we can go on to our Bhastrika Pranayama. And a reminder for everyone, today being Sunday, we have extra half hours for discussion, for any questions you may have, anything you would like to discuss. So 20 minutes later, we will be doing that. So you can, those of you who want to stay can stay the extra half hour. So let's begin with the exhalation for Bhastrika. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. exhale. 11, exhale. 12, exhale. 30, exhale. 40, exhale. 50, exhale. 60, exhale. 70, exhale. 80, exhale. 90, exhale. 20, exhale. Ujjayi Kumbhaka followed by Bhramari. When we do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka for the people who are new, we interlock the hands, keep it at the waist level, and we do the same Ujjayi breath with the sucking sensation at the throat. But then we hold the breath after that, and we hold it as long as is comfortable, and when we exhale in between the teeth with a hissing sound. Once we have completed the inhalation, we bring the chin down and hold the breath. So let's do it once. And after this, we do the Bhramari. The Bhramari is simply humming, closing your ears. You can also close your eyes and other places, but ear is the most important. Take a deep breath in. Now, let's go on to the second round of Bhasrika. Let's get ready. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. Ujjayi Kumbhaka followed by Brahmari. We only did 10, right? So let's continue. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 30. Exhale. 40. Exhale. 50. Exhale. 60. exhale, 70, exhale, 80, exhale, 90, exhale, 20, exhale. Ujjayi Kumbhaka followed by Brahmali. Now we go on to the last round of Bhastrika. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 30. Exhale. 40. Exhale. 50. Exhale. 60. Exhale. 70. Exhale. 80. Exhale. 90. Exhale. 20. Exhale. Ujjayi Kumbhaka followed by Brahmari. Now we can get ready for meditation. Mentally tell yourself, I drop all ideas and concepts and I care about nothing. I let go of everything, I let go of everything, I let go of everything. As you let go of everything, feel a lightness come on into you, perhaps in the shoulder, maybe the whole body, the head. And if you have a personal method of meditation, you can do that. Otherwise, visualize your awareness towards the lower part of the sternum and visualize a rising vibration from there going through you and out of the top of the head. And you visualize that rising vibration as 3 syllables. Haim Em Om, Haim Em Om, Haim Em Om. And as you visualize that, we will have Om playing in the background. Mentally affirm to yourself, may I be guided to fulfill the purpose for which I am born. Tell yourself, I am not the body, I am not the mind. I am simply an instrument. This body is only the instrument of the cosmic flow. Let me be guided to fulfill the purpose for which I am born. Become aware of the senses from the top of the head all the way down to the bottom of the feet. Whenever you feel you're ready to open your eyes, raise the palm of your hands and look straight into the palm of your hands when you open your eyes. With that, we end the practice session, and anybody can unmute and speak up if you have any questions, any discussion items. Feel free to open up. So those of you who are in the attendee list, I can promote you to the panelist if you want to speak up.
Dr. Rajan,
Mm.
I have a question. In a webinar, you mentioned about Kundalini meditation, raising the Kundalini and stuff. So one of my friend has been doing Sahaj meditation, Nirmala Devi, Mata Shri Nirmala Devi. I wanted to know the concept when you said that something is not, it's like no good or something. So I just wanted to find out what are your opinions on that?
See, the correct understanding, you see, let me put it in this context. If you think in terms of evolution of yoga, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is closely associated with the Vedic era. Okay? Now, in the post-Vedic era, and like quite a many, like a few thousand years, couple of thousand years after the Vedic era, and after that comes Jainism and then Buddhism. So Jainism and Buddhism are what are considered non-theistic faith. In other words, they don't acknowledge the existence of God or anything like that. Okay? So, but what happened was, even in the Vedic era, how Vyasa compiled the Vedas, along with that, Vyasa also compiled the 18 Puranas and the 18 Upapuranas, right? Mahapuranas, Upapuranas. He wrote the Itihasa Puranas, the Ramayana, Bhagavad, the Mahabharata, all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when he brought all of these together, why did he bring all these Puranas? Because there were 33 ancient religions in India. So he brought the 33 religions together. And what are these 33 ancient religions looking like? They have belief in a name, an idol concept of God, or where they have a vigraha, where they do puja and things like that, and their method of puja. So all of that Vyasa integrated together, that anytime you put any physical form as your form of worship, then you have already created, it becomes a spirit. A spirit means the same kind of spirit that when people leave the body, where they go, they become spirit. The same kind of spirit is what? If you put a form in place. Whereas God is beyond that form and all of that. There is no spirit element in God. God is beyond all spirits. Okay? So what happens is in the post-Vedic era, after Jainism and Buddhism that came, you see, Jainism and Buddhism do believe in spirit. Okay? So the concept of recycle, about the rebirth and all of that is of the spirit. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So they do believe in the concept of spirit, but what happens is, this entire worship concept and all of that in the post-Buddhist era, when the Vedic system got the Renaissance came with Shankaracharya and coming on. Along with that, it became part of the temple worship system. So what in the meantime, in the yogic flow, there is a new element that comes on. And what is the new element? The Hatha Yoga focus.
Okay.
Right? So the Hatha Yoga focus that comes along, one second. I'm getting feedback from places. Okay, it's only one. Okay. So the Hatha Yoga that comes along, the Hatha Yoga Pradipika and Gyananda Samhita came in that era. Okay. So what I'm going to do, Hemaji, I'm going to mute you till you're ready to talk because I'm getting feedback. Okay. So when the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Gyananda Samhita, all of these were written, that is in the post at the time when Shankaracharya is coming. And remember, Shankaracharya, before the Vedic revival, he also went and studied Buddhism and all of that. Right? So when all of that was coming back, in this era, Shankaracharya brought back the active temple worship, and the Vedic era, everything is Havan based. The temple worship was outside the Vedic system, but people, that is where he brought all the Puranas, and he didn't want to tell people your religion is not right, but what it is he included it within the Vedic system. So in the revived era, temple worship became a very important part. And the temple worship, along with that, he created the different, they call it as the 6 worship system, Shanmathas as they call it. And effectively, all the people, all the elements that were related to the Shiv Parivar got bundled together and things like that. And effectively, the 33 forms of worship, 28 got associated with Shiva system, 3 with Vaishnava system, and 2 with the Devi worship system. So in this post-era, the concept of this Kundalini rising and all of these things started. Now, because of the influence of Buddhism, the concept of Ishvara as God outside the spirit system became diluted. So what happened was, in this, coming with the Hatha Yoga system, and along with the system of this Kundalini, they looked upon it as 7 chakras. And the 7 chakras associated with each chakra has the alphabets of the Sanskrit language, and the composite one, which we do the one vibration for each chakra, that the moving from the Muladhara going out of the top of the head. And the Hatha Yoga system primarily focus on the physical elements. And so this physical element of it, everything is physical, activating the system to go there. That is how they brought it. Now, when they brought this kind of a system, you have to understand, the Patanjali Yoga Sutra says something quite different. You see, Patanjali Yoga Sutra clearly says that how you train yourself to connect into the higher yoga is when you learn to live your life as an observer and with minimal level of reactivity. And that is how you purify yourself. And then you're able to experience the higher connection. So if somebody says simply by physical antics you're going to reach the higher connection, there is something that doesn't gel, right? That is why we always go back to the Patanjali's Yoga Sutra. So now in this, that is the reason all the Hatha Yoga views and this Kundalini and all of these are somewhat corrupted. They are not completely anchored on the Yoga Sutras. And that's why we have to go back. We take what is good from the Hatha Yoga system and the Tantra Yoga system, but we have to have it anchored with the Yoga Sutra, and whatever does not anchor, we have to throw it away. Okay, so in this system, they developed this idea of the 7 chakras, and by squeezing at the perineum, you lift up the kundalini and you take it, go through this thing, and then you realize and all of that. And what they do is they do various exercises for that. What exercises they do is, there is a mudra called the Mahamudra. In that Mahamudra, they place your heel under your perineum, and as a way to squeeze up from there. And they do various kumbhakas and all of that designed for that. And of course, there are certain practices we don't even want to talk about, which are called Vajroli and Sahajoli and things like that, that involve a different kind of thing which we won't be comfortable talking about over here. Okay? So this evolution that came, that is where this Kundalini system came. And very people, because they force themselves and do things, sometimes the energy dynamics creates pain in the body, and they say, Kundalini is rising. Think of it. When people become destabilized, they imagine things, they have hallucination, they have various things and all of that, and they think that's a very spiritual experience. It is not. All you have become is you have become imbalanced. Okay? Now, whereas the real understanding of the Kundalini, when you integrate it with the Yoga Sutras, is that it is a level of expanding awareness. The Mooladhara is associated with unthinking behavior, not being a thinking person. The Swadhisthana is associated with a self-centered awareness. The Manipura is associated with group-centered awareness, my community versus other people, our people are other people. The Anahata Chakra is associated with all of humanity, all of existence, in the physical world, in the temporal world. Then the Vishuddhi Chakra is associated with questioning what is beyond the temporal world. And then the Ajna Chakra is associated with your assumption of what existence is all about. Whereas when your assumption is based upon what you have read in a book or wherever you have come across, you think this is what existence is all about, and you agree that, once you're born, you're going to leave the body. And at some point, if you feel, what about, all of this is really, how does it matter, right? That how does this matter, and letting go, the Vairagya Bhav, as we call it, results in the awareness going right to the top of the middle of the head, the Sahasrara, letting go. Now, what happens is, letting go is only one part. It's not a complete understanding. Life is not useless. We have been born to fulfill the purpose of the cosmic flow. So, to understand this, there is through the middle of the body is the Sushumna Nadi. Okay? And the Sushumna Nadi is fed by two things: your inner being and your external elements that are hitting you, the situations that are hitting you. That is why we say the Sushumna Nadi reflects the gene expression. With the external elements being the epigenetic factors, internal being your DNA, that is what is being expressed along the Sushumna Nadi. However, what happens is, there are the other nadis that support the whole system, and the most important is our cosmic connectivity and our Atma Vidya, through which our inner dimension is projected. Right? So the Atma Nadi flows from the top of the head along the front of the body, and right at the lower part of the sternum, which we call as the spiritual heart, or what we call as the Atma Chakra. That is the place we have our cosmic transmitter that connects. And in this area between the lower part of the sternum and the navel is where we hold our innate awareness, which we call as Atma Vidya. And of course, from the navel down and all of that is where the Siddhi areas come, so we don't need to go over there. But what happens is, when people say all you have to do is let go, you see, the let go aspect absolutely does bring your awareness to the top of the head. Okay? So the Nirmala Devi's system of letting go, and letting go is what life is all about. does not completely answer the question of there is also a purpose of living. Okay? But on the other hand, it's a great practice for stress reduction. You're letting go. And of course, she is doing it in the Kundalini paradigm of the 7 chakras, but the 7 chakras is not complete. There is the 8th chakra, which is your Atma chakra. And this is there as part of the Vedic system. So in the Vedic system, there are 2 places in the Vedas that come over there. One is straight in the main part of the, actually, the Narayana Suktam, which explains this, is not only there in the Brahmanas and actually it's in the Samhita, the Mantra Kosha segment of all the prayer that is done. It is also there in the Upanishads. Okay? And the second place where there is a reference is what is called the Aruna Prashna, and this comes under Taittiriya Aranyaka. And there it talks about the 8th chakra, or the 8th Surya it calls it. And the 8th Surya in the body, it gives the name as Kashyapa. Kashyapa, when it gives, Kashyapa is supposed to be, the Kashyapa Muni is supposed to be the father of the Devas and the Daityas. Okay? So it talks in that kind of this thing. So there are references, but because many of these people have gone into the 7 chakra system coming from the, what I call, diluted knowledge and the corrupted knowledge with the influence of Jainism, Buddhism, and the occult system of the previous, worship of devatas and spirits and all of that. That is how this thing has come. So when we look at the Kundalini, we look at the Kundalini as simply expanding awareness. And that expanding awareness is also correlated with the Varna system. When we talk about Varna system, people often say about caste, Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras kind of thing. There is no such thing as caste in the spiritual system. In the spiritual system, your awareness or your awareness defines your outlook. So each person has an outlook, and the outlook can change over the lifetime. So this business of, you see, so people, all of you, many over here, most of you here are Brahmanas because you're thinking beyond. What is beyond the physical world? Okay? So that is the idea that comes in over here, and that is the spiritual dimension of the Kundalini. So the Sahaj Yoga thing is a very easy way, Nirmala Devi's, is a good way to de-stress and let go. But that is not complete yoga. So you can unmute yourself if you have a follow-up question, and then Ashok Thareja has a hands up and he can go on to the next question.
No, thank you. You explained it very well. Thank you very much, Dr. Rajan.
Thank you, Hemaji. So Ashokji, it's your turn. You can unmute. We don't hear you. Something not coming through.
Coming through?
Now it's coming. Maybe you need it to be closer to your device. It is broken. We hear you and dilutes.
Is this working or not working?
Now perfect. Carry on.
I have a quick comment and when home, that's come through. And
See, your voice comes and goes. We don't hear you fully. It came and stopped.
Is it working or no?
Now it works and it goes away in the middle. So maybe you can write your comments and questions in the chat box and I will respond. And there are a couple of people who have already put something in the chat box. Let's take a look at it. So Are there specific exercises you suggest for vertigo and vestibular weakness? Any solution for prostate problem, frequent urination? Those are quick and easy questions. The first thing is, we cannot say that we have all answers for this, but what people who have vestibular problems, what they can do is they can press the ring finger and the middle finger and do the Ujjayi pranayama and see if it helps them. Okay? And for people who have this frequent urination, prostate related problem, they can do the Bahya Kumbhaka. We didn't do it today, but that Bahya Kumbhaka, doing it 10 times, 10 breaths in the morning, in the midday and the evening, usually will help to ease the urine flow. Okay, so those are the two questions that were asked. So Ashokji, if you have written your note over there, we'll follow up with your comment and question if you have.
One first, I wrote it in.
Okay, now we heard you for a briefly. Again, try speaking. No. We don't hear you.
My question,
It suddenly came and blip and went away.
chat box.
Okay, I'll look at the chat box. Let's see. Well, I don't see anything in the chat box from you. Did you send it to everyone or send it to me? Or did it go to one particular place? While he's putting his thing in the chat box again, if anybody else has a comment or question, please go ahead. Okay, I have it from Ashokji here. What is the significance doing chakra activation with and without mudras? Very good question. Okay, so the answer I can give you is, what happens is, since you are sensitive enough, what you will find is, when we use the mudras, it accelerates the resonance that wherever we are focused, it will start rising. When we are doing the vibration in the Muladhara or anywhere else, you'll feel after a while, as you keep repeating, it resonates higher and higher and eventually goes to the head. When we do the mudras, it accelerates the flow going all the way up to the head, but it will not resonate out of the head. To resonate out of the head, you need to release the mudra. So that is the reason we use the mudras to accelerate, and then we release the mudra in the end once it has reached close to the head, and we do a few more times till the resonance goes to the top of the head. Okay.
Dr. Raja, this morning it was very nice, your book explanation, all the chapters, and and I have to leave, something important came, but it was very, very nice. And I'm reading your book also. It is very simple. So I'll start reading a little bit, but you explained it very nicely, all the chapters, what is written there, what is the meaning. And I'm so glad, it is really very, very good book. I think everybody should read it to understand. Thank you so much for writing this.
But there is one more question from Ashokji, and I want to answer that. Is there a significance of order in which different pranayamas are performed? The answer is yes, there is a significance. Now, let's understand what each pranayam does. Typically, when we do over here, we do the alternate nostril breathing, we do the Ujjayi pranayama, we do the Bhastrika pranayama, we do the Brahmari. right? And we occasionally do Bahya Kumbhaka too. So when we do these kinds of breathing exercises, pranayama, what is the order? If you were only going to do pranayama alone and you're not going to do any of the other practices, the first place to begin is the alternate nostril breathing. This is called Nadi Shodhana. That means clearing the nadis before you do any other pranayama practice. So after you do the Nadi Shodhana practice for like 10-15 minutes, then you would go and you can do any of the other practice after that. Okay? You can do Ujjayi, you can do Bhasrika. You would typically, Bhasrika is done for energizing, and the Ujjayi is done for better communication of all the body system with the brain. So it has significant physical benefits as well as spiritual benefit, because when the body's energetics are well balanced by the brain, it becomes the opening for the energy to stimulate the awareness beyond the body. Now, let's come back now with respect to how we do it in our session over here. We combine many practices together. It's not pranayama alone. When we do the chakra vibration, the chakra vibration is meant to balance our physical existence with our inner program and our cosmic purpose for which we are born. So it is for that spiritual integration. So we begin with the chakra vibration. The moment we have done that of course is supposed to evoke your swadharma. That is the purpose for which you are born. It all gets aligned in the chakra vibration. So immediately after that, we do the Ujjayi pranayama. When we do the Ujjayi pranayama, it connects all the physical bodies, body elements, the nerves get well connected with the brain, which is the energy production system, the brain and the central nervous system. So in that state, we are in a fully balanced state, ready to do whatever that is needed for the purpose of ourselves, including our meditation, we are ready. But then, because there is the spinal element that is that helps to make the central nervous system even more powerful, we use all the spine-related stimulation motions. But if you didn't have the time, that is not necessary. You can immediately go to Bhasrika Pranayama. Now, when we do the spinal alignment and we are physically moving, it is going in a lower level of balance. So once that is all done, we do the alternate nostril breathing. And after the alternate nostril breathing, we go on to Bhasrika Pranayama and then meditation. So depending upon if you're only doing pranayama or if you're doing with other exercises, how you use pranayama is different. And if you use pranayama alone, the recommendation is to first begin with always alternate nostril breathing. Okay. Is there it looks like you have another question. I'll watch out over here. Yes. Oh, okay. Done. Thanks. Okay. Yes. Neetaji, go ahead. You can unmute yourself.
Is there any reason when we do spinal alignment, akar, three sides and up and down, right after this, we are doing a lam, is there any reason?
Yes.
Or,
yes, there is. The thing is, you see, what happens is, remember how we have evolved all these exercises. We observe and we see what happens to you inside, okay, within you. And so what happened was, if you look back 2 years back, in our beginning stage when we were not doing any of this, this thing, we were not doing
exactly,
anything,
yeah,
right?
this is why I'm asking
So
you. Yeah.
the thing is, you see, what happened was, we happened to observe somebody who was without even thinking, the person came from some tradition, where what they would do is, they had been taught, and this person did not have yogic awareness, but the person was taught with, a lot of people like to think of Om as A, U, Ma, right? So what the person did was, to the right, the person did ah, to the left, the person did oo, and then the person lifted up the chin and did, the person just straightened up. But just straightened up and did ma. Okay. So when the person did that, I was watching the person and I saw there was something happening. And when I tested it, I found the ah was powerful in opening the nadis, but oo and things didn't mean anything. And some people do something called the Brahma Mudra. The Brahma Mudra, what they do is, by the way, how the ma was done is ah to the right, oo to the left, and ma to the back, and then chin down, they do om, okay, or something they were doing, okay. So the turning of the neck and all of that with sound vibration, we found ah was the one that made the impact in the sideway movement, and the sound of om was the one that had the bigger impact. So what we did was we observed that and we culled out what was useful for us, this thing, and so we devised our own system to use the vibration along with that. That's how it evolved.
And right after we are doing lam.
Okay, that lam, of course, we added on much later, because what we did was, you see, what was happening is, when we were doing the ah alone and then the ma, after that we used to interlock and go with all of these other exercises before we went in.
Yeah.
And then I saw, and then we would also do these exercises separately. And I was looking at the clock and we were finding too much time was happening. So I was looking, how can I optimize the practices to do within the time? And that is when I saw this.
I got it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
As we are learning and observing, we are optimizing things for maximum benefit.
Exactly. Okay. I figured. Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay. So namaste everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.